Welcome everyone, welcome. Let me share my trading screen. And the first thing I'll go over the markets, and then we'll open the floor. If for any questions you guys have, any charts you want to take a look at, we'll do that. I want to, before we leave, we talked about the dollar, all right? I just want to spend a little time with this, right? So yesterday we talked about the dollar, right? And we got a bit of a pullback. It's holding again, and it's moving higher, all right? So those of you who missed this move, right? Those of you who missed this move in the dollar, do not miss this next move, all right? Because it is starting to move higher again. All right, and if these markets break support, right? If these indexes break support, we could see the dollar move higher. All right, and it's setting up. We have a buy signal right at resistance. Nice big candle, so we know that real buying is coming in. This month here is a monthly time frame. Right, this is our biggest trade right now. Our biggest opportunity right now to trade is the dollar. All right, so here is, and Travis did really good with this, USD CNH, all right? He stayed with this trade, but guess what? What's happening right now is it held, the price held, right? So this is what we're looking at. If the price breaks this resistance, we'll get another buy signal. Okay, so you guys want to be all over these dollar pairs. All right, here was a great trade here. All right, here's another good trade. You can get another good trade trading these dollar pairs.
So Dave, we should watch it on the 240 time frame?
Yeah, watch it on the 240. Watch it on the 240, trade it on the 240. Now, you can always scalp. You can always, you guys can take a big position or just a, trade the 240, but you can also trade other pairs. So while you're trading this on the 240, you can trade other pairs on the 30-minute. All right, but this could be a really big move. This could be a really big move because look here, look what happened the last time. It broke resistance, right? And we've been talking about this. We've been watching this, okay? I want to, Travis, I don't want to embarrass you, but this here is an amazing trade, and you stayed in this trade in the dollar. And I want you guys to, Travis, can you talk about how you were able to stay in this trade? And this was a perfect trade, and you got all of it. So can you just spend like a couple of minutes, not long, kind of going through how you stayed in, how you managed to stay in this trade?
It wasn't easy, but I did a lot of checking on smaller time frames. Like after the I'd say maybe we see that purple resistance line, right up to the right there. Yep. That had me nervous initially because it was a purple resistance line. And then I just started watching it on closer time frames, and then paying attention to the dollar index. And because the dollar index was doing so well, I just kept staying with it. There was nothing much to do. It kept giving green candles. I was also at the same time, I was also in USD CZK, which is sort of a similar arc. And I got in at the buy signal and out at the sell signal. But yeah, it kind of just kept surprising me that every time it would sort of pull back, it wouldn't pull back far, but every time it pulled back, it would shoot up higher. So it would do like a little pullback, and then the buyers would just like, almost out of spite, the buyers were just pushing it higher and higher. So I just kept staying with it because I knew the buyers were in. And then like every other day, I would check like the index. I was checking on smaller time frames. And so the 240 broke out before the 30 and the 60. But what I noticed was like right around after the purple, the 30 and the 60 started to sort of, at some point, the 30 and the 60 started, both gave buy signals as well, which sort of bolstered my confidence in it. I like to look to make sure that the time frames are in sync.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't always happen, but that to me is like really good confirmation that all the time frames are lining up. Because initially when I got into these, the US dollar pairs weren't all giving buy signals. There was only a few of them. And this one gave a strong candle and it kept going. And so I just kept watching it. And once the index was doing fine, the index wasn't going down, I had, that made me comfortable.
How long have you been trading? How long have you been with us, Travis? What, 4 months, 5 months now?
I've been officially trading since somewhere around February. I want to say the middle or end of February, but I've been like in the classes since probably about October or November of last year.
Okay.
Like coming to the classes.
Good job. Thanks, Travis. Good job. Good job. Guys, this is a pretty good trade. And the fact that he stuck with the trade is really good. All right. I know we open up the smaller time frames. I don't like doing that. All right, because we do trend following, but I know that as traders, we don't want, it's hard for us to be patient. Okay, but understand these forward time frames, right? This is where you will do really well, okay, on this forward time frame. So Bill, you mentioned the forward time frame. If you guys should stick to it, yes, especially now when we're seeing a big move like this, big opportunities like the dollar, we want to open up that time frame. All right, because we are anticipating a big move, right? So we want to open up that time frame, right? Not as far as a daily, right? I mean, you can open it up to a daily, but I wouldn't recommend staying in on a daily time frame from open to close unless you trade in stocks. All right, for Forex, because of the way price moves, we need to get out a lot earlier. All right, otherwise we'll give up a lot of profits. But for Forex, that forward time frame works really well. Now, so something like the pound yen that's breaking out, we want to open up that time frame, right? The dollar pairs that we're seeing this big move that's happening in dollar, we want to open up that time frame, right? For other pairs that's consolidating a bit, it's tighter, right? Then we can go to a 30-minute time frame. The only time I recommend, right, if you guys have missed, and we shouldn't miss these opportunities, but if you've missed the opportunity in USD CNH or other pairs, right, that we should be in on the 240, you've missed it, then you can look to get in on the smaller time frames, like on a 30-minute time frame. Okay, but really try to hold. That's why I wanted Travis to talk about this, right? So that you can hear how he held the position and stayed with it and not give up on it. All right. And
I held this position for almost a month, and I'd say I think I'm still, that's one of the things I'm learning. I tend to get almost fatigued if it trends for like 2 weeks. I start to get anxious, like, oh, at some point it's gonna give me a buy signal. And so that's why I started looking so early, but after a while it wasn't giving a buy signal and it kept going higher. I just stopped looking for a sell signal. I just stopped looking for a sell signal and just let it play itself out. So about halfway through is when I started, like I had like a breaking point where I stopped looking for sell signals and just decided to let the candles do what they do.
Yeah, and with the forward time frame, the 240, those runs, right? So every time frame, guys, will give us a different length, a different trend length. Okay, so a 30-minute might give us a day, couple of days, right? A 1 hour might give us, let's say, a week max if we catch a nice run. On the 240, right, the forward time frame, the average run, if we catch a trend, it's going to be 30 days. Okay, sometimes we might get a month and a half. All right, so a tip, Travis, the next time, right? So let's say you're in it, you're 2 weeks in, right? You're 2 weeks in, all green candles, right? Just be patient, right? Because it will give you, this is almost a month. All right, so the way the time frames work, they will give you, if the trend holds, right? If the trend holds, with the 240, it's not exact, right? So if we get a sell like this one here, held about, this trade here was about 3 weeks, right? 2.5, almost 3 weeks. So we still get out when we get the sell signal if they don't last 30 days, all right? However, just know that you can relax in the trade. If it's on the 240, all green candles, buyers are in control, you're in that markup phase, you can just relax, all right? I know it's hard.
Travis, did you stay until the sell signal? Did you stay right to the bitter end?
Yeah, I got out at the red candle, that big red candle at the top.
Wow, good for you, man.
Yeah, so yeah, Travis got out yesterday, right? He got out yesterday. All right. Hey, Corey, as far as coaching, just send me a text. All right, 407-733. I'll put it here in the chat here. Okay. So thanks, Corey. Let's take a look. I want to do this quickly, and then we'll end for this evening. Watch, and everyone watch this resistance here. All right. Now we're seeing similar move with the other dollar pairs. I like the way this one moves. ZAR moves pretty well too, but ZAR is a bit more expensive and it's a bit more volatile. All right, but USD CNH moves really well. It is testing resistance right here. Okay, so look for on the 240, wait for a buy signal. If you guys get the buy signal, you want to get in the trade. Okay, and just let it do its thing. All right. Let's take a quick look. I want to take a quick look at the weekly time frame. Okay, so look at the weekly time frame, guys. And I'm just curious. I haven't looked at this, but look what's happening here on the weekly time frame. All right. So here is support right here on the weekly time frame. Look at this markdown phase. You guys see that? Look at this markdown phase on the weekly time frame. All right, here is accumulation. So this is early move, right? Right, here's accumulation. Let's move this up a bit right here. Here's accumulation, markdown phase, buy signal here on a break of this resistance. Here is your big candle. Here's your confirmation that buyers are in. Travis, look at a weekly time frame also on this. Okay, so put a weekly time frame together. You guys should do that too, right? Okay, so watch that weekly. All right, so that's your confirmation. All right, and that will help you guys stay in the trade. All right, so watch you can do a side by side. Okay, smaller time frames, 30, 60 for your timing, for your confirmation, larger time frame so that you can see the whole trade. All right. Here is your resistance right up here. So this should be your target right up here. Here is your resistance. There is really nothing stopping you. You have some resistance in here, previous support right here, previous sell signal right here, previous sell signal right here. So you might get, I don't think it will stop, but you might get a bit of resistance in this area in here. All right. But guess what? You've got a nice, even if it gets up in this area in here, nice trading. Okay. So this is your trade right here. And then this is your target right here. Here is your support. Here is your resistance. All right. We don't count this. Right. Here is this is just your high, but here is your resistance here. Here is your support. Right. The goal is here, just like it did here previously. All right. So let's do this. We're going to bring this down. Right. So boom, boom, here to here. Now here to here. All right. Good job, guys. All right. Get on these dollar pairs. Right. We talked about this last night. Get on these dollar pairs. Let's make some money. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good job. Hey, Eric, good job. Very good job. Travis, good job. Everyone else, good job. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Take care.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Travis.